Hey fam, so have you felt like slamming your head on the keyboard while working? I want to tell you that I've had that feeling so many times. And honestly, there was a point in time where I felt so tired, so exhausted. I felt trapped in my house, especially with the COVID pandemic. I felt very burnt out. I felt very lethargic. I felt very tired. I didn't even want to get out of bed. I wanted to cry all day. I didn't even want to work anymore. I lost my kind of happiness. I felt miserable. And in this video, if you're feeling that way, I want to talk to you through some of the things that I personally did to combat burnout.
So you're probably wondering, what is burnout? And according to an article I found by the World Health Organization, burnout is a syndrome conceptualized resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. It is categorized by 3 dimensions: feelings of energy depletion or exhaustion, increased mental distance from one's jobs, or feelings of negativism or cynicism related to one's job, and reduced professional efficacy.
Basically, what all that means is you're just not feeling right. You're just not able to get your work done. You don't feel like you want to leave the house. That's kind of what it means. And it doesn't have to be just from work. You can be burnt out in many aspects from your life, but burnout is still a common thing. And when I had it, or when I was feeling burnt out, I honestly just started gaining weight. And that's why I went up to 253 pounds. I was just so depressed. I felt like my life was just basically working. And I remember I'd wake up at 9 some days and I wouldn't go to bed until 11. And I'd spend most of that day working. And it wasn't that I was working effectively, to be honest. It was just a sense of guilt where I felt like I had to work harder because I just didn't feel as effective in the hours that I was working, which ended up prolonging the amount of hours I worked, which ended up going back full circle, right? And basically the next day I'd be exhausted. I'd try to work. I wouldn't be that productive. I'd end up working again late. It got to a point where I just couldn't handle it anymore. And of course, I don't know, I'd like to say I didn't quit because of burnout, but I quit for other reasons, more of just wanting to be my own boss and independence. And it's scary, but yeah, that's the reason I did that. It wasn't for burnout. The way that I recommend, or the ways that I battled burnout. Number 1 was I set a time limit for myself. And what I mean by that is at 7 to 6:30 p.m. every day, I was out. I was clocked out. Didn't matter whatever I had left to do. I just said, I'm not going to care anymore. I'm just going to do what I want to do. And that's what I ended up doing. And basically started clocking out at 7 every day. And then other things I started trying to do was actually start eating healthier. So one thing I noticed, given kind of we were all home last year and now with the whole work from home culture or shift, it's very easy to get into the habit of eating unhealthy and not exercising. So some of the things that I recommend doing is 1, getting healthy foods around you and just eating healthier. I noticed that when I eat healthier, I feel better, and because I feel better, I can combat burnout a little better. The second thing I recommend you do is start exercising. You don't have to start really large in terms of your exercises. It can be as simple as just a walk in your neighborhood, or push-ups, or a pull-up bar, or whatever you want to do. As long as you're just getting some exercise in there, that'll help you get moving, help you get off the desk, and will honestly help recharge you. And that's how I feel. So what I currently do is I work for about an hour, and after that hour I'll get up for 15 to 10 minutes, do some exercise, walk around, get some water, go to the bathroom, and just not stay stationary. And then in terms of the third thing that I was also doing was I was trying to go out more. What I mean by that is, if you're staying at home, especially now, you're getting tired of your house, and it's not going to be good for your mental health. So what I recommend is honestly go out, see things, explore nature, go hiking, go camping, go do whatever you need to do, even travel. So traveling is a very good way to also combat, I would say, burnout, because it gives you a way to recharge, especially if you disconnect. And then the 4th thing I recommend you do is honestly disconnect from work, disconnect from life. What I mean by that is, when it gets to 7, 8, the time that we just talked about that you would clock out, you're no longer working, regardless of how much you have to do, I recommend you turn off your emails, disable your notifications from work, whatever you have to do. Make sure that after a certain period of time, you're unreachable. And this honestly helps create that separation where you can actually have some you time, some like me time. You know what I mean? For example, I like my me times to involve me watching comedy. By the way, Mo'amer on Netflix special, pretty funny. Check it out. But like, I get to watch comedy, I get to go work out, I get to go take care of myself, I get to go out at night, go hang out with some friends. Yesterday I was hanging out with a friend, we grabbed a cup of coffee. It was awesome because after 6, it was like, I'm off work, I ain't gonna stay work later. Maybe I'll wake up earlier and etc. And it's okay to work more, like overtime, but it just can't be a thing where you're working more hours every single day. It's just not worth it in the end. So yeah, and basically that's kind of mostly all I can tell you about how to combat burnout, or these are things that I personally tried. I hope you've enjoyed that video so far. I hope to make more content like this. And if you want to support this channel and you want to see me grow and reach more people and help more people out, please don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're not already subscribed and you've made it this far, I would ask you to please subscribe and hit that bell notification button so that you can be updated every time I make a new video and every time I release new content. And I promise this is only getting started. I'm working on my video content a whole lot better, and I promise to be impressing y'all with some new content that is going to be very, very educational. Peace.